Hello, everyone. Nika here with another Neuro Nugget. And I know I've been here all day, but I just saw a comment somebody left on my previous video talking about Kohberger being wanted for another crime, guys, on 10/10/21. This was very shocking to me in Pullman, Washington. So I'm like, I need to do my research. I need to investigate. Where is this person getting this information? Because if Kohberger had been wanted for another crime prior to the IDAHO4, we would have heard about it by now, right? Especially from Thompson, right? Billy Boy Thompson, Santa Claus. He definitely would have mentioned it. So why are all these people saying that Kohberger was wanted for a previous crime involving an incident where a masked intruder entered the home of a young woman and was masked, was carrying a knife, and was scaring these women, right? Let's talk about that because this is a big problem with America. This is a big problem with people who don't question things, right? We go straight to YouTube. We believe everything people say. And if it's a big YouTuber, you guys need to question them. Like, when we're small people, small channels, you guys are like, Nika, you are wrong. You guys call me out, as you should, because I'm not perfect. Although some of you think I am, I'm not, right? I F up quite a bit. So this YouTuber, and I'm not going to mention her name, but I'm pretty sure that if you Google Kohberger 10/10/21, maybe don't go watch it, right? Because then you're just supporting trash, garbage YouTubers, right? And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this, right? It's for a reason. So this YouTuber allegedly got a FOIA request, right? And I will share that with you. This YouTuber gets a FOIA request and makes a video with over 20,000 views, right? 20,000 views. Most of those views, guys, is people that are believing her effing nonsense. I'm very angry right now because this is a problem. This is why Ann Taylor had to get a psychologist, people to look into the research, count how many articles, how many YouTube videos were made falsely accusing Kohberger. Get to it, Nika, right? So this YouTuber gets a FOIA request and is like, oh my God, Kohberger committed a horrible crime. He was involved in this other crime not related to the IDAHO4. Breaks in, blonde, young girl, appears to be college aged. In this request, we see the video of the young woman, which I'm not going to play because I'm not going to support this YouTuber. And the girl is describing the assailant, right? The criminal that broke into the home at 3:28 a.m. on 10/10/21. Young blonde female says that this masked intruder had a knife and she basically bench pressed him, not bench pressed him, pushed him with her legs right off of him. So very strong girl, great for her, good. I'm proud that she was able to do that. That's why it's important to lift weights, right? That being said, it would still be very scary, right? You're a young girl, a guy is breaking in. She did describe him as very short. Now, what I am angry about, guys, is that this YouTuber gets this FOIA request. You know, somebody's encouraging her to get this FOIA for this case. And she's like, this is raw, body-worn video footage on how I got this footage. It's like, boy, it's a FOIA request. We can also get this, right? Now, horrible experience for the girl, but still, I'm grateful that she kicked him and she was able to survive. Be very scary experience. Now, when you look at this FOIA request, it lists this incident and the dates are 10/10/21, right? And then there are a couple of other names from a couple other peoples with similar names on 10/21. Brian Kohberger's name is here as a person of interest, right? But the date is not the date that this YouTuber is saying it is. She's lying to us all. She's lying to us all. Are people that slow? Like, are y'all this slow? I'm sorry. I hope that my people, you guys, or the family, are questioning this stuff because literally, you can see the date. They're all of these cases are dated from October 21. Brian Kohberger's name says person of interest, and it has the date of January with the year 2023. So, what does that mean? That means that he has nothing to do with that case, right? Nothing to do with that case. Yet this YouTuber decided to, however, get this document. Why is she editing documents, these legal documents? Is she editing these legal documents? And it is very super shady how this was edited with Brian Kohberger's name, intentionally hiding the date. The actual date says 1/12/23, but she's hiding it with her YouTube name like on the bottom, right? This case is not, it is shady, but what's shady is these YouTubers that are saying that they got these documents and that he is linked now to another crime, possibly related, but it doesn't even have the right date. Why are YouTubers or whoever gave her this document means that they edited this document and tried to attach this crime to Brian Kohberger, although this crime took place 2 years later. The crime took place, this crime with the girl that was attacked, or they tried to attack her, was on 10/10/21. Brian Kohberger's name intentionally hidden. They hide this date of 1/12/23 like it's something other than possibly related, right? It's not related whatsoever. Why are you guys not bashing? Why are you not questioning these YouTubers who appear to have been editing documents to paint Kohberger in a bad light? Do you understand how hard it is to get a person who is innocent or may have been innocent to actually turn that narrative around? When we have YouTubers who are like, he's guilty because he looks creepy. He looks like a serial unaliver. Therefore, they feel entitled to go ahead and get these documents with edited information, intentionally hiding the dates of 1/12/23. And now they're saying, no, he must have committed the crime of 10/10/21 because they never got this guy, right? You have not seen this, or I may have spoken up. A lot of people haven't seen it. And again, look, I don't want to say the name of this YouTuber because she has a huge following. And I know people with huge followings, guys, it's happened to me in the past. Their armies come for me, right? So I don't want to name her because if I name this person, you guys are going to go watch the video. And that's just more views for this horrible human being, in my opinion. Why would you do that? Why would somebody do this? I know that people out there feel he's guilty, but at the end of the day, this YouTuber has to put herself in the position of Brian Kohberger, because if one day her or a family member is accused of doing something, you wouldn't want people on YouTube to edit legal documents to intentionally hide dates and pretend to link crimes from years ago to Kohberger. I don't think Kohberger was even in Idaho, in Washington at the time, right? Pullman, Washington. This crime with the girl being attacked was in Pullman, Washington. So she's like, oh my God, it was in Pullman, right? No. Was he not in Pennsylvania at this time anyway? Not to mention, in that raw camera footage, the female describes the male as pretty short. She says pretty short. And we know that Brian is a tall man, right? In that same footage, guys, we have the neighbor of the female who was attacked being questioned. The neighbor appears to be like 5 foot tall, maybe 100 pounds. Like, it's a guy. He's saying, oh, I don't know English. I don't speak English, but I think he speaks English. Is it possible that maybe this was just a case of a neighbor getting drunk, acting stupid, trying to do something stupid, and then realizing, oh man, these American girls can deadlift my ass off of them because they lift weights, right? And he like stumbled out. From what I know, Kohberger was not even in Pullman in 2021. This is so ridiculous. This, in my opinion, is a YouTuber who should be sued They should be sued. They should be deplatformed for putting out this nonsense information. I want to know if she actually edited this legal document on her own, or if whoever gave it to her changed this document, because there is no reason that Kohberger's name should be in this crime when all the other names of all the other people in this legal document show the dates of October 2021. And then randomly you have a Brian Kohberger person of interest dated January 12th, 2023. Who edited that document? And whoever did should be held accountable. But instead, I'm going through the comments and there's so many low IQ people, as usual, right? As is to be expected. People are like, oh my God, thank you. You're the best. I haven't seen this fresh, unknown material, possibly involving the case for such a long time. It's because this is not new, fresh material. This is just now people making things up to paint Kohberger in this horrible light, to continue this horrific narrative, right? And 2 years have passed since the IDAHO4 tragedy. I think we would have known by now if he would have been involved in another crime in Pullman, Washington, right? We know that the media would have ran with that. But no, now we're going to pretend that this YouTuber magically found this little piece of information that nobody had, because it's not real, right? Stop being brainwashed by YouTubers. Somebody said one thing that was very notable was the girl said he was short, and she said that twice, that she noticed he was short. I thought Brian was really tall. Oh, again, yes, Brian is really, really tall. Somebody said he was not a person of interest at the time. He was added months after his arrest for the IDAHO4 interest. This is BS. That is BS, right? If they actually did that, whoever edited that document, if it was not the YouTuber, if this was a document that was edited by Pullman Police Department, then this is also complete garbage. How are cops allowed to do that? If they did that, how are they allowed to legally do that? Like, go back and just add a guy that was arrested just because he was wearing a black mask? Bro, the definitions don't even match. Like, the girl said he was short. Brian Kohberger, not short. Why would you add him? Because of the black mask? There were other crimes that had been reported in the area involving kids with knives, right? And masks. But we're not going to add them, right? We'll just pin all the masked crimes on Kohberger now. Is that what Pullman, Washington is doing? Is that what Moscow Police Department is doing? Because if that's what they're doing, then we have a big problem on our hands, right? It's disturbing. It's disturbing. So for all of you who are saying that or believing that Brian committed this crime, realize this is backdated by 2 years, What was very interesting to me was that this young lady, while she was telling this horrific event, she seems very calm, very, very calm. I don't know if I would be that calm after such an event, right? But she also describes that it probably was a female. So that alone, she's saying that it was probably a female, somebody very short. The neighbor is very short. We see him very short when he's interviewed. You guys will see him in the picture in the thumbnail. Either way, like, what are we going to do now? Pull up attacks that were 100 years old with men wearing masks and pin them all and backdate them all and list Brian Kohberger as a person of interest? That is BS, guys. By the way, why are ladies not locking up their doors, right? So just a piece of advice, right, from somebody who has worked with a lot of angry people. If you're a woman living alone or with another one or two females, don't go out there and tell your lonely male neighbor, like, hey, don't smoke outside, or hey, we don't like you doing this, hey, we don't like you doing that. Unfortunately, if you do that, it's probably going to maybe trigger him, right? You're better off just going inside. It's unfortunate. Yes, we should be allowed to roam free. Yes, we should be allowed to speak our minds. Yes, we should be allowed to tell people, hey, could you turn down your music? Hey, could you not, smoke right outside my house or whatever? But we're in a time where people are effing crazy, guys. Lock your doors. Like, be kind to your neighbors. And don't believe everything you hear on YouTube, right? Don't believe everything you hear on YouTube, especially when these YouTubers are out here. They're literally out here trying to intentionally hide the date of this crime right next to Kohberger's date. Why did she do that? It literally says January 2023. And all the other involvements, dates here of this crime, backdated to October 21. So either this YouTuber is editing legal documents, which means she could get in a lot of effing trouble, or whoever gave her this document, meaning Pullman PD, backdated and added Kohberger after they had arrested him. And they're like, we're going to charge him for all the masked men crimes in Pullman. Even if they were 2 years ago, even if they don't match his physical descriptions, even though we were told that it was probably a short female, we're still going to pin it on Brian Kohberger. But it's still something that we should hold these YouTubers, myself included, accountable, right? Because the fact that she's trying to hide that date tells me a lot about her. That alone tells me the type of person that she is. It's very unfortunate, right? And it's even more unfortunate because when these people have 200,000 plus subscribers and most people are cheering her on, saying, you discovered new information, we knew this was the guy. Let Brian Kohberger breathe, right? Let him breathe. This man is innocent until proven guilty. Stop trying to pin every effing crime on this man. We don't even know if he did the IDAHO4 yet, right? Now we're trying to pin other crimes on him that took place when he was not living in Pullman, Washington. So that's it for this video, guys. Leave a comment, leave a like. If you know who this is, I recommend, personally, don't go watch these videos, guys. You're just adding fuel to the fire, and we don't want to light these people. It gets them going, right? It gets them more views and more support, even though they're lying. They are hiding this date here. Why are they doing that? It's horrible. People like that make me sick, right? This is why we are where we are as a country. People just believe everything and go with the narrative. Stop believing these effed up narratives, right? So doesn't matter, where it came from. I just wanted to remind you guys, be very cautious with the information that you are consuming, right? People are lying. So have a wonderful day, guys. I hope that's it for the day, because I think I'm done with the internet for today, right? So you guys have a wonderful night. Take care. See you soon.